The apostle whose feast we celebrate today had a special kind of expertise. He was good at finding good people for Jesus. You know, this is one kind of gift that we also need in the church and in society. The capacity not just to do things well ourselves, but also the ability to identify people who might be able to do things even better than we. Sa management, ang tawag yata dito ay mapping out the available resources around you, both the human and the material resources. And of course, also knowing when and how to tap their potentials to the maximum. I'd say this was the kind of contribution that St. Andrew made to the company of apostles. The gospel for today, unfortunately, does not reflect this very much. Kasi it comes from Matthew, and Matthew simply identifies Andrew as the brother of Simon, the son of Jonah, whom Jesus nicknamed Rocky or Peter. Not even Mark or St. Luke seem to know very much about St. Andrew. They all basically put him in second billing next to Peter in the list of apostles. Parati siyang second in the citing of the two sons of Jonah. It's always Peter and Andrew, never Andrew and Peter. Second billing, parate. But not so in the Gospel of John. There, if you open the Gospel of John, we have enough information about the special expertise of Andrew, which I'm talking about. You will find it in three important passages in John. First, the call of the first disciples, John chapter 1. Second, the feeding of the 5,000, John chapter 6. And third, the story about the Gentiles who were looking for Jesus, John chapter 12. Dun sa tatlong passages na yon, Andrew is endorsing some people to Jesus. Kayo ba sa eskwelahan nakaranas na kayo na meron kayong mga classmates na ang galing-galing mag-volunteer ng ibang tao? Yung bang sometimes the teacher would say, "Class, I need a volunteer to serve as treasurer." Tapos a classmate would point at you and would say, "Ma'am, siya ho. He's good in mathematics and in accounting." Parang ganon ang role ni Andrew. And he plays it so well. I imagine Jesus saying, "I need a guy who can serve as your team leader." And Andrew says, "Why not my brother, Simon?" And he brings his brother, Simon, to Jesus. That's only in John. Or, I imagine Jesus saying, "We have to feed these people. Can you find me someone who can share some food?" And Andrew says, "There is a boy here with 5 loaves and 2 fish." And I imagine Jesus saying, "We have to find some people who can help us enter the Gentile territories so that we can preach the gospel to them also." And Andrew again endorses people. He says, "Teacher, there is a group of Gentiles looking for you here. Maybe they can be of help." It is only in John's Gospel that we learn that Andrew had already been in the company of Jesus. long before Jesus even met Simon Peter. The writer of the fourth gospel identifies Andrew as originally a disciple of John the Baptist before he became a disciple of Jesus. Only the fourth gospel has that particular scene where John the Baptist is presenting Jesus to his own disciples as the Lamb of God who takes away the sins of the world. And my interpretation for that is John was already preparing a successor to his leadership in their company. He wanted to make sure that he chose someone who would sustain his prophetic mission just in case he would get arrested or executed by the authorities. And of course, it eventually happened. And Andrew was among the very first from the group of John the Baptist who followed Jesus. And afterwards, his first move was to look for his brother, Simon, to join the company of Jesus. Since I am taking over as president of the Catholic Bishops' Conference, recently we decided to establish a research department to be headed by someone with a special gift or expertise of Andrew. Someone who would help us in identifying our existing resources in the Catholic Church in the Philippines in every possible field of endeavor or discipline. He should be able to help us find the right resource persons who could enlighten us about the current issues. Well, as we honor this great but low-key apostle, Saint Andrew, perhaps we can also identify for the Church and for the Philippine society the kind of people who can contribute Andrew's kind of expertise.